This is one of my talking head videos, so you can just listen to this in the background while you do whatever it is you are doing. Today, I want to address the recent grumblings from a variety of more prominent channels about the future of Fallout 76. There have been several people who have moved on from Bethesda since Microsoft acquired ZeniMax. Among the more notable people were Nate Perkypile and Jeff Gardner. These more prominent people that left have sparked some worries in the community about the future of Fallout 76. Combine that with the lackluster content that has been released this year, and that has brought us to today having to talk about 76's future. Now let me be clear, I don't have any worries about the future of Fallout 76. This game is going to be here for many years to come. That said, I think we need to take a deeper look into the situation, starting with the prominent departures. This is normal in every business buyout, merger, or whatever you want to call it. Every time a company is taken over by another, there is always overlap in terms of management. Neither Microsoft nor Bethesda is going to comment or address this with any of us as gamers. The only people privy to that information is going to be internal and the board members. So, as far as the movement of employees goes, there's nothing to worry about. Many of the people who have left may not have left because of the merger. They may have just decided that they want to do other things, like Nate Perkypile starting his own game development. The point is, these things happen all the time, and there really is no cause for concern. Now, on to the content issue. I have seen many creators really jump on the bandwagon of just complaining about the amount of story content. More pointedly, the lack of story content given this year. The first thing that people need to understand is that for nearly 2 years now, Bethesda has been working mostly remotely. I have talked about this before, but working remotely makes the creation process much more difficult. Every time something is changed in the build of the game, it has to be then uploaded to the server, and then the next person has to download it to do what they need to do. That does not even account for the time that it takes to test the new build to make sure that it works. This process works differently in the office because everyone is making updates directly to the server at the same time, and testing happens regularly during those updates. Since the pandemic started, that process has basically been made 10 times longer. So in terms of pure content or story content, they are way behind from where they would have been had they been in the office. If you look at what Bethesda did before the pandemic, they gave us Wastelanders. That was a huge update that gave us a ton of story content. When you look at what they have given us since the start of the pandemic, it really has not amounted to much in terms of story content. Instead, they have opted to focus on putting out quality of life improvements and some small side content like Fallout Worlds. We are also getting some new events, so I really think that as they start going back to the office, we will start seeing more story content. The 76 team is always working on something new, and they will always be able to do more once things go back to normal, even if it takes a little bit longer. The point I'm trying to make here is that things are not all gloom and doom. Fallout 76 has a very bright future and will continue to grow as time goes on. As for endgame content, I really dislike this term. Endgame does not apply to an online game that is constantly being updated. You can use that term in other Bethesda titles, but not with games like 76 NESO. The reason being that there is no endgame. People really need to understand that 76 is a different type of game altogether from all of the other Fallout titles. 76 has so much to offer. There are many things scattered throughout the world that most end up missing because of fast travel. I encourage all of you to go and just explore without using fast travel. You might just be surprised at what you find. It's easy for us to fall into the trap of worrying about the future. It's also easy to forget just how the pandemic has affected everything from our everyday lives to our favorite games. Things are going to get better, and the best thing for us to do is to just be patient. There really is nothing to worry about. People come and go, content is always being added, and all we need to do is be supportive and enjoy what we have. Well guys, those are just my thoughts on the situation. I'd like to hear your thoughts, so sound off in the comments below. Consider giving this video a like, subscribe, and share if you found this enjoyable. It really does help the channel, and I appreciate you all. As always, I'm just glad you stopped by, and I'll see you in the next one.